Everyone's been a lucky viewer, and well, I decided I'm going to start doing a discussion. Well, I figured I was going to do since I started doing a discussion series. I might as well go over all the masters from Fate Extra and Fate Extra CCC, which well, there's only really one people remember. I'm pretty sure again, unless I'm mistaken, there's only like one new match for that's in CCC with the Jinko or whatever her name is. But I figured I would start off with these two people. Runru and Vlad the Third, aka the original Vlad, the one who is more or less attributed to his real life counterpart, his real life counterpart, rather than the vampiric part, which of course would appear 2 years later in the form of Lance Silver Black and the Fate Apocrypha stuff. So again, this Vlad appeared first. He was the original Vlad. Yet now he seems to be falls on the race side. Might be just because he was introduced in Fate Extra as a optional servant to fight due to how things go. Actually, no, I don't. Is it? Actually, no. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't know what the blah. I don't know what the ratios are. But if we're gonna go with Ren being the popular choice to saving over Ronnie, then yeah, he would be the one people would likely opt to see. But regardless, like I said, I'm going to go through all the masters of Fate Extra. I'm going to do a round of roll to determine who gets what, who goes next in the video. But I want to start off with Rune because I have had the wrong impression for a long time. By a long time, I mean 2 years, but again, it's a long time. Um, so you know how she appears to be childish, like clown stuff. Like apparently the clown thing is just apparently the clown thing is actually a mascot for some stuff for some fast food restaurant. Again, not sure, but apparently she was the mascot or something. I don't know. But I was under the impression for a long time that she was actually young, like she was like 14 ish. I know that sounds weird considering how Vlad addresses her as wife, but it didn't really get to me. I wasn't really bothered. Like, okay, like I imagine he would just call her that because he like again Vlad X was crazy. So again, I just didn't really put much thought to it. But then the other night, I was just looking around on the wiki, doing my thing, and I came across some information that kinda made me feel like an idiot for not realizing it sooner. Um, yeah, hold on, I'm gonna bring it up because I didn't really. Where is it? Okay, here we go, here we go, here we go. Do this. Okay, here we go. Like, I'm gonna leave this thing right here. I'm just let people read that for a sec. Because I knew about the cannibal part. I knew that much. But I did not realize this part. She ate her own kid. And then, of course, I saw this image. And I was like, oh. Now things are making sense. Now explains that. Not again for the longest time, up until last night, up until 2 nights ago. I thought Ronnie was a kid. I thought he was just some kid that went insane. No, she's a woman. She's old and she's old enough to have a kid. I granted she ate that kid, but I know that's freaked up. But I mean, seriously, I did not know. For the longest time, I was under the impression she was just some kid. I, and then so again, the wife thing now makes sense. It makes sense now. It's like, oh, wow. It's like, wow, I'm an idiot. And this is why people who say, oh, the wiki's stupid, it's not right, blah, 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 blah. No, I granted that not everything on the wiki can be true, but for the most part, it's written by people who know what the frick they're talking about. That's why I kind of like going into wiki and looking at stuff, because, it's generally, aside from some parts that could be wrong, but generally, it's right. So it's just like, wow, I was wrong about this for 2 years. Wow, I need to start reading more often. But anyways, again, like she apparently just has some disorder where she just doesn't eat a lot. Well, she doesn't eat for long periods of times. She'll eat a lot and then she'll just immediately purge. I think it's called hold on, where is it? It's somewhere in here. Parents. I remember reading. Okay, bulimic. And I looked the word up on the wiki. It said apparently you have a weird where you eat a lot and then you immediately just purge it. So again, that explains why she's so skinny and stuff. But again, for the longest time, I thought she was just a kid. Like the act, the freaking the pain, just some kid that went crazy. I didn't realize she was an actual woman. And again, it makes sense to why she Vlad refers to her as a wife. But again, that never faced me to begin with. So again, it just adds up now rather than just it doesn't like it wasn't like confusing before. I was like, okay, that's just how he refers to him. All right, I don't care. But now it like makes sense. It's like, oh, okay, so it makes sense. Okay, it makes sense now. It makes more sense than it did before. Okay. And speaking of Vlad, let's talk about him. Good old Vlad Lancer of Extra. Well, Vlad Extra, whatever. Yeah, doesn't he, again? I feel like because of his spot, because of his, like, because I believe Ronnie and Gota, the monk guy. I'll be doing a video on him soon. But between the two of them, they're probably the least popular. Mostly due because of the fact that, again, you might straight up not see one simply because of who you decide to save at the start of week 4 or the end of week 3. Because if you choose to save Ronnie, you have to fight Gonta in week 4. You save Rin, you have to fight Ruru. So I think that's probably why it's just like it's like nobody really got around to liking them because of the fact that they again half the time you might not even fight if you go through 2 playthroughs and you just do like you do one, you save Ronnie, you go do another one, and you play Rin, you're gonna face 2 different people, and I hate to say this, but they're not really memorable. I don't think either one's really memorable. I mean, Ronnie doesn't even appear in Fate Extra CCC. She's dead. The only contribution, yeah, excuse me. The only contribution she has in that game is that she's the one who summoned Elizabeth. It's fine. But yeah, apparently she's the one who summoned Elizabeth in the yeah, she was the original master of Elizabeth. Wait, master. Yeah, it's okay. I was saying it just said Lancer, but no, yeah, it is Elizabeth. So again, she was the original one who summoned Elizabeth before BB just killed her. So she does not even make an appearance. But that is a bit ironic that she summoned 2 servants known for tricking and eating humans. Well, I mean, when you zone summon with a catalyst, and the summon that most like you disappears, that's I guess that's how what things would be. You want summon something that's completely against her, eating eating humans. I'm just again just surprising. Like, oh, she managed to summon two servants that are completely for her cannibalism style. Well, not it's not like really a style. It's not again. She's insane. Again, she's clearly probably like lost her mind. I feel bad for her because again, seems like a good person if she was insane. But now let's move over to now let's finally properly move over to Vlad, the original version of Vlad, the one who more or less represents the human side. So again, pretty much basically like the entire history of Vlad, if you know about with the Lance of Black, again, more or less everything that applies to Lance of Black applies to Vlad. The only thing that's different, I would say, is that he doesn't really have to care about the vampire stuff, and he represents the real like aspect. So, you know, kind of messed up, but does it in the name of God. And I'll be honest, out of the two Vlads, I prefer him. I honestly prefer him out of the two, mostly due to the fact because, I mean, in all his artwork, he's like Vlad. Vlad is like the noble kind. Vlad's like the noble man. Vlad actually is like the crazy uncle, and it's just funny because it's so true. I was kind of hoping he would come back in Fate Extella Link, but he didn't, and I don't know if we're ever gonna get him. I was hoping that with at least maybe if not I guess would have to be next game that those two come back because I don't know if they're ever gonna bring back Arceid. I don't know if we're ever gonna see her again because let's be real here, her appearance was merely a cameo for the Tsukushima stuff. Tsukushima, Tsukuheim. Well, I can't remember how it's pronounced. Again, I'm not too into that kind of stuff, but I am aware that's where she's from. But then again, also again, like a guy, like I guess I should speak out. Take a moment to go on to a different thing real quick. But again, it's relative to fate, so stay on top with it. Apparently, for April Fools, some guy made a Sukaheim X Grand Order event trailer. It looked pretty good. It's just a shame that it's probably not Will. It's like, oh, oh. Again, any place, just give us Sukaheim event. If not before, then after the next Lost Belt. I mean, come on, people have been waiting for. What is it? What is it? This is like year 4 at this point. We got the Garden Center event back in 2016 for Japan and 2018 for us, and we got a rerun of. Did we get a rerun? I think we got a rerun of that. I don't know, but again, we did get a rerun because we got SCU. I don't even know her name. The freaking girl with the mystic eyes that bends stuff from that show. We got her. So it's like you're willing to do a rerun on Garden of Sinners, but you're not willing to do a thing for Sigheim. I mean, come on. Like show some of your other contacts of love. They might be the most popular, but dang it, bringing these characters into Grand Order and stuff like that will at least give people like interesting like, oh, they're not from Fate, then where are they? And they do research and they come across where they're from. They do some research. They determine if they want to look into it, and they it goes from there. But yeah, mostly again, he's just crazy. Again, going back to Vlad. He's mostly just again. I don't really know if I could say much else than I've always said. Like I said, he's more or less the same like Vlad, except he's more crazy and and bloodlusty, while Vlad from Proclava is like more noble and stuff. Because he represents the noble aspect of Dracula, and Vlad Actua I think represents the real life stuff that made him you know made people like give the impression that he's like this monster. The thing I want to mention though is his protection of faith. Like again, I think he and King Hassan are the only two who has A plus plus plus, or I think A plus plus in Fate Grand Order, if I'm thinking right. Like they're the only two who has that. Martha also has it, but she has a low rank and it just heals her. She doesn't have it to where like she gets she gets like bonus stuff. But yeah, that's more or less it. Again, I just did this because while I didn't have a lot to talk about Vlad, I had no idea about Ronnie. I was under the impression for a long time that she was just a girl. Again, said this before. I'm probably re but I just for the longest time that was what I thought, and that was just and like doing research. It's like, oh, she's not. She's actually a should have read better years ago. But oh well, you know what you know now, so it's fair. And yeah, that's it for this video. Again, I'm gonna go. I'll do a random RNG thing for the next master we're gonna talk about. And in a few days, I should be able to have that video up and running once I do research on it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.